What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing 4 tips on how you can reduce the calories and macros on some of your favorite Starbucks drinks. So originally what I wanted to do was make a Starbucks holiday fitness menu, but as I was trying out some of the orders, it was just impossible to get it down to the amount of macros that I wanted it to be. When I did my very first Starbucks menu video, I was able to get the drinks down to under 100 calories, which is amazing, and those are still forever my go-to drinks. So if you guys haven't watched that video, I will make sure to link it somewhere on the screen, and it'll also be in the description box down below. But anyways, for these holiday drinks, I could not get it down to those macros, so instead I'll be sharing 4 tips on how you can reduce the amount of calories and grams of sugar and carbs and fats on some of your favorite drinks, just so that you guys feel like you do still have that option to enjoy these seasonal drinks without having to consume over 100 grams of carbs in just one drink. So if this is something that interests you guys and you guys want to see some of my tips, then just keep watching. Alright, so tip number 1 would be to opt in for different milk alternatives. So Starbucks has a good variety of milk alternatives that you can choose from, which are coconut milk, soy milk, non-fat milk, and sometimes some locations have almond milk, I believe. I think the States has almond milk, but I know that Canada does not. I could be wrong. But anyways, the main point of this tip is to opt in for a different kind of milk, just so that reduces the amount of fat that is in your drink and in turn reduces the amount of calories. So for those who are a little bit intimidated by like coconut milk, don't be, because you don't really taste the coconutty in it. My boyfriend doesn't really like coconut milk, but I put it in his peppermint mocha the other day and he didn't even know until I told him. So don't be intimidated by that, but yeah. Tip number 1 would be to opt in for a different kind of milk in your drink. Alright, so tip number 2 would be to always opt in for the sugar-free syrups, if you can. I know that they don't have sugar-free syrups for every single flavor, but I know for the basic ones like hazelnut, caramel, vanilla. I know in the States they have the sugar-free mocha, which we don't in Canada anymore, but if there is a sugar-free option, I would definitely make sure that you opt in for that, just because you save quite a bit amount of carbs slash sugar when you reduce it down to the sugar-free options. Now, if there's no sugar-free options for you, then I would recommend you get it half sweet. So for the drinks like the caramel brulee latte, there's obviously no sugar-free option for that. So instead I ask for it half sweet. So what that means is they put half the amount of pumps of syrup in the drink versus their full amount. So for a grande, they typically put 4, but when I ask for it half sweet, they only put 2. And then that way I still have the flavor that the drink needs to make it the drink that it is. But if I need a little bit more sweetness, then I just add some Splenda or stevia just to sweeten it up a little bit. So that is tip number 2. Tip number 3 would be to say goodbye to that whipped cream. I know sometimes it may be hard to say no because we feel that it kind of completes the drink, but honestly, by omitting that whipped cream, you'll be saving yourself anywhere from 50 to 110 calories. Depending on how much the barista puts in there, it can be anywhere from 5 to 11 grams of fat in just the whipped cream itself. So if you can omit that right there, you are reducing your drink by a lot. Tip number 4 would be to go for the ice version of any of your drinks. As you guys know, when we add ice to a drink, we obviously don't need to use as much liquid because the ice takes up all that space. So by doing the ice version of your drink means you need less of that drink to make it the size that you want, if that makes sense, which in turn means less calories, less macros. So if you aren't too crazy about having it hot and you're okay with it being cold, I would definitely do that. I'm pretty sure almost any drink can be iced as well, so just ask beforehand and then I'm pretty sure you'll be good to go. Alright, so those are my 4 tips when it comes to reducing the amount of calories and macros on any of the Starbucks drinks on the menu. They are such small substitutions, but they honestly add up to make a huge difference, especially if you are just being a little bit conscious on the amount of carbs and calories that you're taking on a single drink. Now, just so you guys know, by doing all these substitutions, it can add up pretty quickly. So for example, today I got a caramel brulee latte, half sweet with coconut milk, and a grande on its own was $6.25. That is so crazy to me, like for 1 cup of coffee. So honestly, doing these kind of substitutions are kind of a treat for me. I don't do them very often. I'd rather just go for the fitness drinks that I did a few months ago, just because all of those are usually under like $4 for like a venti. So for me, spending $6 on a grande and the carbs are still at like 20 to 30 grams of carbs, I don't know. For me, that's more of a treat than something that I want to do every day. So just be alarmed that it is pretty bougie to be doing these substitutions, because 70 cents here, 30 cents there, another 70 cents here. Like, it adds up. It's totally up to you guys if you feel like splurging on these drinks. But anyways, I hope these tips help you guys and allow yourselves to enjoy these drinks without feeling like you need to consume like a stupid amount of carbs. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you guys know someone that may find this video helpful, don't be afraid to share it with them. And if you guys are still kicking around, I have a few videos that you guys can check out right here. And if you guys aren't subscribed already, make sure to do so by clicking this button right here. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!